Okay, guys and gals, this is going to be really easy. If you find an underwater rock pile, what's a couple things you ought to do immediately? Good morning, guys and girls. Good morning, November 6th. November 6th, reading from a Catch a Better Life book on the Catch a Better Life channel on YouTube. You know, if you're not subscribed to this channel, please subscribe to it. The channel is growing. It's going kind of slowly, because we don't have as many people sharing probably as they should. And YouTube is not too interested in channels like this. It's a godly channel. We read a scripture every day and have a devotional and a fishing tip from a Catch a Better Life book, which is a book that I wrote. And it'll do just that. You'll catch a better life. Your life will be better if you get involved with this channel. If you have some friends that need to get involved in it, share it with their friends. They'll become better persons as well. And it just needs to grow a little bit. Like I said, we got about 30,000 people on there, and gosh, it's just a good channel. It's just a good channel because God is involved in your life daily when you just spend a few minutes with God every day with Scripture. Today we're reading from Leviticus 19:11. You shall not steal. Oh golly. Nor deal falsely, nor lie to one another. And that's real good right there. We all want our friends to be exactly like that right there. You shall not steal, nor deal falsely, nor lie to one another. That's the kind of friends we want. How do we go about trying to catch fish? We try to use a fishing line that the fish can't see. We make really long casts. We slip around quietly. We use lures that often look better than the real thing. All to trick a fish into biting that hook, which we try to hide. We try to hide that hook. The better we trick the fish, the more fish we fool into biting. It's a game of deception, absolutely no doubt about that. We're trying to deceive those fish into thinking they're getting a free lunch and they're getting caught. Do we need to do this with God? Do we do this with God? We know we don't need to. Do we try to trick him, though? Do we try to trick God? You don't think this applies to you and I? Have you ever called in sick and not really been too sick to work? Maybe it's a beautiful fishing day. I think every fisherman's done that. Have you ever kept the incorrect change a clerk has accidentally given you? Maybe give you a couple dollars extra or something, or give you a 5 instead of a 1 or something like that? Have you ever fudged on your taxes? Oh, that's a big one. Have you misstated your child's age, maybe to get a lower price, or driven over the speed limit? That one driving over the speed limit is one that's got all of us. That's got all of us, We've all broken man's rules. These rules that I'm talking about right here are all man's rules. And we've also all broken God's rules as well. That's why we need God. If we was perfect like Jesus Christ, we wouldn't need God. These little sins are important to God. These little sins are important to him. That's why he says right here, you shall not steal, nor deal falsely, nor lie to one another. Those little simple examples I gave there all involved stealing, dealing falsely, and lying. That's what they all involve. Just little examples. We could give 1,000 examples of little things that we do. Little things, no big deal. These little sins, they are very, very important to God. And if they are unrepented of and unforgiven, they lead to bigger sins and they lead to more condemnation. One of the ways that the devil tries to work in your life and mine is to get us to compromise on our beliefs, on our faith. Compromise just a little bit, because maybe it's a little bit better in that situation. And then keep compromising. Pretty soon we're way away from where we ought to be with God. Here's our tip for today. We was talking about brush piles. What do you do when you find an underwater brush pile? Oh, Lord of mercy. Immediately, you mark and you fish that underwater brush pile. You mark it. You put a waypoint on it. Put a GPS point because you want to be able to fish it again in the future. You mark and fish any rock pile you find under the water. Guys and girls, go out there and have you a great one. And fish lucky. Remember, I sure do love you.